my fellow Americans.
Mm.
It is with a heavy heart
Very heavy.
and a solemn soul that we have to tell you from here on out, due to the coronavirus and social distancing, on Wednesdays we will no longer be wearing pink.
No. And we don't take this lightly. We know you guys have been listening to us a very long time. We appreciate your support. Unfortunately, we just can't keep this up anymore. And yeah.
Sorry.
April Fools, y'all! We got y'all! You got so good. Coronavirus!
I keep saying that.
You see what you look like? You look like such an idiot.
Stupid face.
Thank you guys for enduring that. That was...
We have a really
Strange.
fun episode for you with both of our friends.
Yes, that's right. Do you wanna introduce who our upcoming guest will be?
Let's just see when we get there.
It's literally in the title.
Start the show. All
They
right,
can
we're
see
gonna
the title.
We're gonna be talking to actor, influencer, TikToker, Alan Chow, Alan Chikin Chow.
Alan Chikin Chow. Yeah, he's a friend of both of ours. From Texas, actually.
Yes.
Just fun. So
he's from Texas. I know him from Texas. You knew him from out here.
I did. I met him out
which
here.
is crazy.
And we finally had a chance, because of things going on, to sit down
and have our schedules cleared. So we finally got to hang out with him. He's very busy. We're all very busy. So
yeah,
we had to.
Very busy people. But we turned out a good episode for y'all. So happy April Fools.
Happy April 1st Fools.
Happy April Fool's Day. Hope you guys enjoy the show.
Let's get it started.
I'm Josiah Rizzo.
I'm Benjy Jones.
And on Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Well, good to have you on, Alan. Alan,
Alan Chikin Chow. What's up?
Let me do our introduction. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Pink Popcast. We are a pop culture podcast where we talk about film, media,
and everything else,
and the impact that it's leaving or has left on our generation. I'm Josiah Rizzo. I'm a filmmaker, actor, director.
And I am Benjy Jones. I am an actor, influencer, and state council chairperson.
Oh, okay. And we have our guest. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Alan Chikin Chow. I'm an actor and a creator.
Yes.
That is amazing. Well, we're happy to have you on, especially right now. We just kind of want to keep ourselves entertained. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, true.
For those of you listening in the future and have no clue what we're talking about, why don't you go to Wikipedia and look up a little thing called coronavirus, COVID-19, and social distancing, and then you can reminisce about the nostalgic times. Oh, wasn't it fun back in 2020?
Right. I was like, you mean in the distant future people watching?
Yeah, distant future people watching or listening. If they're like, what's happening?
I was thinking the same thing too. I was like in April, people already forgot what was things like.
Same.
Pretty sure we're still gonna be.
Oh no,
still gonna be stuck at home.
Well, we'll just hop into Alan. We wanted to have you on because we both actually know you from two separate things.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you want to? How did you and Benjy meet?
Well, we had the same agent in Texas.
Yes.
And do you remember where it was we first got to hang out?
We met at a shoot for something, either a shoot or an audition that was massive. There were so many people there.
Yeah, I think it was twice. I think we did an audition and met each other the first time, and then the second time we saw each other was, I think, the Six Flags shoot. Where we got to
yes,
the Six Flags Hurricane Harbor.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
That was so fun. And then we got to hang out at Six Flags for 4 hours, ride the Titan for free, and get paid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny is I actually almost got that very same commercial, but I was told that because I worked for Six Flags, it was a conflict of interest. And I was
no!
That
What?
sucks.
I was like, excuse me, conflict of interest?
You could have hung out with us. It was a great.
You could have
day.
you would have just quit the job at Six Flags.
No,
Right.
I literally just quit. I mean, what, the pay would have been more than you were making
Right.
for a while.
I liked it. Actually, this would be a great first question, but it was one of my favorite jobs. I actually got to dress up in Looney Tunes costumes and entertain people. And super pivot from that, what has been one of your favorite jobs you've ever done, Alan?
Acting jobs or just jobs in general?
Actually, let's stay to something more obscure. I'm sure as an actor, you've done some jobs outside of the realm of your normal, what you normally do.
Yeah. Oh, let me think. Well, the job that I have right now, it's not an acting job, but I'm a writer-producer for like social media stuff.
Nice.
And it's super fun because I write sketches that are like types of girlfriends, types of boyfriends, and then I also get to do any type of different media things with the company, like producing a podcast.
Nice.
Right. That was something I was going to bring up. You are working on a podcast yourself. Is there anything you want to tell us or can tell us
about it?
Yeah. It's called 4 Shades of Humanity, and it's about the company's really about diversity and all about different cultures, but not just American cultures, like literally global cultures.
Wait, there's more cultures than America?
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
What?
Shoot.
But yeah, so we're getting people from all who are born and raised in all different parts of the world to talk about like news and trending pop culture things just like this, but get people's different perspectives. We talked about Parasite in our last one, and it was really eye-opening because you would think that the person, he was from China, would be like supportive. It's like the first Asian film to win, but he was like, actually, it's not that good of a film. There's other Asian films that are so much better that he felt like this one was just a win because of the times that America's going through.
That always brings up kind of an interesting point too about media. I mean, our show is specifically about kind of the positive or negative impacts that pop culture has. And something that we've seen a lot recently is kind of course correcting, where you'll see winners or films that are produced or financed that if it was a completely fair all across the board, most people would probably look at that film and be like, that wasn't that good, you know. But because we are kind of course correcting, you do have certain films that get in the limelight. And people, it was interesting because I was listening to a podcast that was talking about Parasite, and they said the same thing. It was like, they didn't say it was bad, but it was like, yeah, this is just kind of normal for us. Like films like this, like it's not as surprising as it is to you Americans. But you know, for us, we get the benefit of knowing that's a good film.
Yeah, true. I will say, like, I am so in support of it winning. Like, I think it was a great movie. I think it was the best of the ones that were in contention for this year. So
absolutely.
I am a supporter of it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It was cool to see different perspectives.
Yeah, we loved that movie. We saw it. And he said, because he was like, oh, do you want to go see Parasite? And I was like, what is it? And he said it was a dark Korean comedy. What did you call it? A
dark comedy. I said like it was a dark comedy Korean thriller or something.
And I was like, not to say this all again, but you called it a black Korean comedy thriller.
Okay, there we go.
I was all like, what is a black Korean comedy? Like, what is that? What is any of that? And he was just like, just come watch it. So I had no idea what was going on. And like throughout the whole thing, I was just like, this is amazing. I'm so confused, but I love it. And then in the end,
oh my gosh,
it all came together. But I was like, man, I did not know where any of that was going.
That is an accurate description of the movie. Thriller.
Definitely was.
Have you seen it more than once?
Yeah, I've seen it twice.
Nice.
Did you like? Because in my instance, I ended up liking it better the second time. What did you feel about it the second time you watched it?
The first time I watched it, I was like so shocked by what was going on, and then the second time, I was realizing how many Easter eggs and things that they planted throughout the movie that was so well done. Like every piece of dialogue was like some type of hint or some type of double meaning.
Yeah.
That's like the best type of film when you rewatch it and you catch things that you missed.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you first watch it, like the first time, does it not feel like it's the son's film?
You're wrong.
Wrong, yeah, absolutely.
Wrong. No.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Actually, that's true. And then the second time you watch it, it's the dad's.
Absolutely. Like especially in the beginning, something I noticed the first time I watched it. Like I don't know, I missed it, but in the second time watching it, that shot where he's working really hard to make the pizza boxes and he's completely focused, but the smoke, the bug whatever spray that that's seeping into their house, he's like completely ignoring it, focused on not coughing, and I was like, and it lingers on that shot, and I couldn't help but realize it's like, oh my god, this film is all about him. Like it almost begins and ends with him. And I mean, yes, it's his son's view of him, but really it's the father's film, and it's like really heartbreaking when you watch it that way.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true. I didn't think about it like that, but that's true.
The medals on the wall, I wish I read that. The one thing about foreign films, it's hard to like read. I can read the subtitles and I can see what they're saying, but I don't know how they use sarcasm. I don't know how they use subtext. And I also can't read like the little props on the wall. So like I'm assuming that medal on the wall was his dad's.
Sure, yeah.
Possibly. I was like, sure. I was reading the subtitles too. I don't know why.
That's so funny. So I wasn't planning, like, this was not in our notes to talk about, but I just haven't talked to someone about Parasite recently. I was like, oh my God, that was a great film.
Yeah, it's so good. It like, oh my gosh, have you? I read somewhere that the doorbell where the maid who comes in happens at the literal midpoint of the movie, because that's when everything changes, like the tone shifts.
No way.
On both the screenplay and the movie, it's like the dead middle of it.
Wow, it's just
so crazy.
Boop, halfway.
Yeah.
That's insane. I honestly, and it's funny too, because like when you hear the name Parasite, you think it's gonna be like this straight up horror film.
Yeah.
And if you don't really know much about Korean cinema, you would assume it's just going to be horror from the get-go. Apparently, something I'm finding out is that those tonal shifts are more frequent in Korean cinema than they are in like American cinema. So like, it's kind of a big deal if an American film like switches genres. But I'm hearing it's more common for a film like that. So I go in with the name Parasite thinking like this is gonna be straight up horror, and I come out like laughing, and then halfway through it just completely. Anyway,
it just goes. Yeah, it's
that look that she gives when she goes, "Why don't you come down and see?"
Oh my gosh, it's so scary. That's the scariest part. Oh my gosh, so good.
The most terrifying part for me was when like the little kid sees like the guy like come up in the kitchen, like from
the ghost.
Ew, I was like, nope. I would be messed up from that too.
So we've already touched on a few aspects of what you do, but one of the things I noticed, you said that you're working for a company and you produce content, directing, producing. Something I saw, you were one of the founders for your school's actor in film and television program.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Taft.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of little baby organization.
What's kind of been like what's been the driving force behind all of these like choices and decisions you've made, and especially in what you produce?
Yeah. Well, for Taft specifically, I went into USC purposely not studying theater because I heard my agent actually said, don't study theater at USC because it's not film and TV focused. It's going to teach you theater, and they're not going to be flexible around your film acting career. And so I studied business and screenwriting there. And I always felt like kind of very alone in my experience, because I didn't have many friends who were actors outside of school, but then also students in school. But I did have some friends around. It was like a friend here and a friend there, but we all had different majors because none of us studied theater. It was a comm friend and a music friend. And so I was like, you know what? Like, there's a community of us here. There's also a ton of people. Everyone who's in the theater school wants to do film and TV acting. And there are no classes, which is crazy. There are no film and TV, or there's one screen acting class. And so I was like, we're going to start it. We're going to do workshops and classes and get casting directors to come and people to speak. And
oh my God.
I think I just drank a lot of coffee one day and I was like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. So, yeah.
That's what's up.
So are you normally the type of person who's very like productive and very much like kind of lights a fire under your own butt to gotta accomplish a lot of things if you can?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I would say that is me. I think like even during this quarantine, I'm like, yes, this is an opportunity to do more.
I was literally going to ask how you're surviving during the quarantine.
Yeah. What has been keeping you sane?
So I am thankful for this period actually, because I wanted to focus on digital for a while. And right now every other industry has halted, including acting. So there's no auditions right now, so I'm able to get the feeling of what it would be like if I was just a creator trying to like make
Yeah.
and build out videos. So
Nice.
I actually
Wow.
hired an editor today. And so like it's cool. I'm getting this sense of what it's like. I think I miss acting. You know, I
Right.
feel like fulfilled by both of them, but it's a cool experience.
That's awesome.
That is fantastic.
Mhm.
What do you usually like? Kind of like, what's that grace period between doing something that pushes your career forward, but then also taking time to kind of like actually enjoy yourself and obviously process what's going on in the world right now?
It's that's something I need to work on. I think like taking a moment because I feel like I try to go so fast that sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, there's like things going on in the world. So
Yeah.
that's something for sure that I think I need to take a step back and think about what's going on.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. Just don't infect anybody. You'll be fine.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm definitely self-quarantined, so
Yes.
I am a supporter of the movement. I think
Yeah.
I think we should all stay in and
Mhm.
practice what the health officials are saying.
Yeah.
But
And just to preface, guys, we've kind of been quarantined together.
We're
So
split screen right now, actually, technically.
that's
This
not
is
true.
We're in two separate places.
No, I haven't gone out of my way to say hi to my parents. I only go out when it's time to shop
Mhm.
or go for a run. But like,
Yeah.
we're
And,
not we're not going to the beach, guys. Come on.
I just go to work and that's it. Mhm. I was
where do you work
quarantined
that
here.
it's still going?
I work at Healthy Spot. I'm a dog bather. So
Ah.
apparently we're classified as essential.
Essentials. Oh.
So
okay.
that's awesome. I get to work. I got a week off, so that was nice. I was enjoying it. I was like, this is a great time to really just chill. I came and hung out with him and his roommate, his sister, who are my two best friends. So I was calling it Camp RIZZO for the week that I was the week that I was here. And then I was like, all right, reality is setting back in. Like I'm working and I needed to be like
Yeah.
doing my stuff to improve and to get my media and everything going.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
I've slowly had to like now organize and schedule my days just to make sure there's some semblance of like reality. Like even this morning I dressed up and Grace was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, I just want to be dressed
to
up.
the living room.
I just want to feel nice."
Yeah.
It's great for your mental health to
Honestly,
be
Exactly.
like I'm looking nice today.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hair
Yeah.
done, clothes on, and you're just like, yes, I look good.
If you guys if you had like a tidbit to give someone listening who might be going stir crazy, what would you say to them?
Me specifically?
It's like you guys. I tossed it up in the air.
Okay,
Let's see.
Okay.
See who picks it up.
Who goes first?
I'd say like go on a run. Every time you go on
Yes.
a run, even like not during this time, like any time in your life, I feel like runs really clear your mind and make you feel like refreshed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I would absolutely say
What?
masturbate.
Why did I know you were gonna say
I
that?
know.
Even before you looked at me, I said it and I went, "You know what this boy's gonna say?"
I wasn't gonna say it, and then it popped into my head. I had another thing. I was just gonna say, find something new to watch on Netflix. Was my actual first answer that popped into my head, and then like right as I was about to say it, I was like, masturbate, because I'm
Don't you
5.
feel like that makes you like kind of like just feel lazy afterwards? You're like, oh, I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna
you don't
splop
have to
around.
go
Shoot.
anywhere.
All right, guys, let's get into this conversation. So this is what we're talking about now. I would say the best time is right before
Oh
bed.
God. Okay. Anyways, this is not where we're
Not-
going with
Mom,
this.
my mom listens to this podcast.
I
I'm
know.
not.
Anyways, back to things. What is your favorite platform to create on?
TikTok.
Yes. Okay. TikTok on the clock.
That, but you've been doing that. Haven't you been doing that a little bit longer than say like everyone else who's just jumping on it right now?
Yes, yeah. I'm so blessed that when I was at USC a year ago, I just graduated like in May of 2019. I was in this club for like social media influencers.
Nice.
I was in it because of acting, and I did a couple of like influencer-driven shows.
Right.
And the president of it, she was like, you should like join TikTok. I grew 200K in like a month.
Wow.
And I was like, oh wow, like that's crazy. Like, and
That's
she was showing me
insane.
her videos. I had the same view of it where I knew what it was. I was like, this is like cringy. All you do is like lip sync to videos. But she
Right.
was showing me what she was doing, and I was like, oh, that's not cringy. Like you're doing like cool videos.
Yeah.
That's
And so that was the same period of my life where I was drinking a lot of coffee. And I was like, let's do this. And I made one on the spot, downloaded it, like did like a really silly one about AirPods.
Yes.
And I kept on making some. And I think my third one kind of like blew up where like it had a few thousand likes.
Nice.
Which was a lot for me at the time because
Yeah,
the
for
app was
sure.
so new, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is going. So I was like, I want to keep doing this.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very encouraging when you're like, oh, you guys like that? Let me just show you what I can really do.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like that. Mhm.
If someone had to stalk you right now, what would you tell them is your favorite piece of art you've created so far?
Oh,
These are none of the questions I sent to him, by the way.
He was like, I'm not ready for this.
okay. My favorite one is this one, called "What K-pop Fans Think Their Ships Do Behind the Scenes." I think that's the title, and it's
Okay.
like me and my friend it's part 2. Me and my friend eating a noodle, and and then we're eating the same noodle, and then these girls walk in and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like they're like
it
a
looks
couple," you know? And
yeah.
I don't know. I like it because it was original. It was just like my own thing that I like thought of. Two of the people in it are creators that I looked up to when I was growing up that
Oh,
are now
awesome.
like two of my friends.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
I incorporated like this song that I love from my childhood. So when I see that video, I'm like, wow. Proud.
I did it.
Yeah.
Hashtag made it. I saw the I think it was the other one where the guy spills on himself and you're like,
Yes.
no, you're spilling on my clothes. And the girl walks
Yes.
up, like,
Yeah,
oh,
that one
man.
too. Both
Yeah,
of those.
that
Both of
was-
those.
That was funny. And then she like comes by and like takes a picture real quick. It's like, I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
Do you find yourself creating them differently than when you were like creating for other platforms? Other than
Yeah.
just vertically shooting them, of course.
Yeah, I think the key with TikTok is like it kind of has to be kind of similar to something that's already on the app because I see a lot of my friends, especially actors who are getting on it, who are so creative that they're too creative that I feel like people don't recognize what it's supposed to be, and so they swipe away. They're like, I don't understand this like sketch, so they want to swipe away. And also for TikTok and social media specifically, the first like 2 seconds has to like grab you, or else
true.
like people will swipe because like to the average viewer, like they're just like laying on their bed going like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are like things that I always think about when creating for TikTok specifically.
Shoot, I wasn't waiting for TikTok tips, but we just got some
There we
of them.
go. TikTok tips. TikTok tips on Tuesday.
There you go, guys. Listen to that and get your stuff done. No, that's good, and it's encouraging just because, like, I'm sure right now there's gonna be hundreds of people who have
Thousands,
swarmed.
hundreds of thousands that are millions that are swarming it to watch, and then thousands and thousands that are new creators. Like,
Yes.
I didn't
So
want to
many
be
new ones.
like, I didn't want to be a sheep and like join during Corona hour. So I'm waiting until this ends, and then I'm gonna start one.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love it.
I downloaded it like 6 months ago, and I was like, I should start this, and then I was like,
I think I've finally exhausted all the Vine compilations, and now it's like, all right, TikTok,
now you gotta make your own thing.
what do you
Yeah.
have to offer?
amazing.
Vine is like so iconic. I
Yeah.
feel like only people our age really get it.
Oh my
you
god.
really know
know?
what it is, yeah, because
You-
it hit really, really hard, and then went away so fast.
So fast.
but
And
we all know. We were
we
there.
all know. And we were like high schoolers at the time.
Yeah.
So it was cool to like say those trends and like do those things.
Yep.
So I feel like it's ingrained in us, like that type of humor.
Yeah, deeply.
It's pretty bad though when you find yourself literally going back to back to back with not TikTok quotes, Vine quotes.
With
I did that once last year. I figured out a friend of mine. She was like, "Oh, I love Vines." I was like, "Really?" And then we just started like singing like, "Two guys, sitting in the hot tub, 5 feet apart because they're not gay." Then she added one, then I added one, and then
Made me drop my croissant.
at a certain point, I
Oh
look
my
over.
gosh.
And our third friend's just like observing us literally like we were speaking a different language.
You would think, because you're like, they're saying phrases and they're so funny to them.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Off the top of your head, can you think of your favorite Vine of all time?
Oh, yes. Okay. It was this one where it was a video of this boy, and the guy goes, "What's 9 plus 10?" And the boy's like, 21. You stupid. And I used that meme to propose to my prom date.
Oh, that's so cute. You're stupid.
Wait.
Come to prom with me.
Yeah. It was like, you stupid if you don't go to prom with me.
Oh, that's good. You stupid.
You stupid. What's 9 plus 10? 21. You stupid.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, so you told your prom date or potential prom date, you stupid if you don't say yes?
Yeah.
I mean,
yep.
yeah. I mean, truth is truth, right?
Yeah.
I'd have to
That's
say
awesome.
mine's a toss-up between that really, really stupid one with the dog, the Bush did 9/11, Oprah did 9/11. It's so stupid, but it gets me laughing so hard every time.
You just like every month will find a new one to like
It's true.
fixate on, and it's just the funniest thing. It's funny because it's so funny to him. Like when he finds a new one and he's like on the ground crying, laughing, and I'm like, how have you not seen them all yet? I don't know.
Either
It's
Oh
good.
my gosh.
either that one or the chickens girl. Look at all those
Oh, yeah.
chickens.
Classic.
Alan, have
So
you ever
you go back? You go back and find old vines to get obsessed over?
There are like 20, 30-minute compilations, and he'll watch them back to back to back.
Wow.
Look, guys, I'm not saying I'm addicted. I'm just saying I can't stop. So,
So it's different. It's different.
Alan, what's your favorite challenge right now?
Oh. Let's see. Oh, there's so many good ones.
Yeah.
I like the song that's like, I know I'm fucked up. I'm just a loser. Shouldn't
Okay,
be
yeah.
with ya. That dance. I think
Yeah.
that's a good popular one that I'm always
Thank
like,
you.
I'm down to
Oh,
watch this. If this was
okay.
just a few like weeks before, I would say the one that was like the faces, like da na 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 na. It's
Yeah.
so cute. I didn't
Yeah.
do a video to it, but like I loved watching other people do it.
Yeah. You're like, oh, fun trends.
There is something
Yeah.
kind of like cute about watching a bunch of people do the same thing over and over again, kind of like, no, I can do it.
Yeah,
No, I
just
can do it."
making their own version of it
It's
is
so
super fun.
In a weird way, it's very sweet.
Mhm.
Okay, well, before we go, really important question: when you're not creating, what are you watching right now?
Ooh.
Oh, I have been watching a lot of movies
Okay,
with my roommate. We watched The Disaster Artist yesterday.
Ah.
We
Okay.
rewatched La La Land like
Yes.
the night before.
nice.
And tonight I think we're gonna watch Spirited Away. So lots of movies, which is good because I used to be the type to be like, I can't watch movies; they're too long.
I'm still there. I say that all the time. I'm like, but I'll sit down and watch episodes of a show for like 5 hours straight.
Right.
Because that's palatable. I can stop whenever I want, but I can't.
You sound
What was
like
your
me.
reaction to Disaster Artist, though? Have you seen it?
I haven't. He's showed me a lot of clips of it. Have you
Oh,
seen
hi, Mark.
Have you seen it?
I've seen both of them.
Okay, I thought so. But yeah, no, he's showed me, and I'm just like, I don't even think I could find. Like, I would just be so uncomfortable. Like, I don't think I could sit through the whole movie. Either one of them. Like,
So anyway, how's your sex life?
oh.
You sound just like him.
Have
Wait,
you
what
ever
was your opinion of the movie? Because I'm
Disaster
curious.
Artist? I liked it. I think it was solid. I think that's the word I would give it. I have like I feel like there's a lot of categories. There's like films that are like really, really good, outstanding. And those are the ones that you go, wow, yeah, that should it get an Oscar. Or they just hit you personally, whether or not you feel it's Oscar material.
Maternal.
Then there's the really shitty films, which are amazing because, like The Room, you can just watch them over and over again.
Yeah,
There's
true.
mediocre films. Those are the ones that hurt the most.
Yeah.
Those are like the Sonics where you're just like, oh, this could have been really good.
Yeah. I categorize movies in 2 categories. I guess there's bad movies that I won't watch, so 3. But then like the two categories are either there's good movies or there's good movies, quote unquote. And for me, good movies are the Oscar winners that I'm never gonna watch, and then good movies are the ones that I want to watch again and again.
Yeah,
Except for
true.
Parasite. Parasite was a good movie.
Parasite was both. There are some crossovers sometimes.
Yeah.
No, I thought Disaster Artist was solid. I love Dave Franco, honestly. I think he's so, like, he just has that kind of, like, you instantly want to root for him type quality. And if you knew anything about those two, their actual relationship, I can't remember. It's Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero, yes. It's just kind of like they do a really good job of kind of making you feel bad for this guy, but he also cares about him. I think that also works because they're brothers. So
Yeah.
You know.
True.
How did you feel about the movie?
I felt sad after, which I didn't like. Like I like to watch movies because I feel like they're generally inspiring. Like even something like The Joker, which I watched recently, like it is so dark and sad, but I felt like I learned something and like became more empathetic after watching it. I feel like with Disaster Artist, it made me feel like more scared to be out there because like literally his film was like laughed. I mean, it's a true story, but I was like, man, like that
could happen. That
Yeah.
would totally suck. Yeah, like I don't know, like watching it, I was just like, it makes me uncomfortable in that aspect of like, I think he was trying his hardest, like, and I would feel bad laughing at that. Like he's literally trying. So I'm like, I don't know, man. Like I'd rather stay away from it.
Well, that kind of brings up an interesting point. Would you continue to create your art if you felt like it would get laughed at? Not in the way that you want.
Yeah. Because I feel like it already does, no matter what. Like, someone doesn't get your art.
True.
Someone will not. And if you try to appeal to everyone, then it becomes bad. Like, then it's so broad that it's laughable, too.
Yeah.
So, I think people will make fun of it no matter what. So, yeah, I still would.
Yeah, that's good.
There you
I mean, I
go.
feel like we should. Hey, listen to that, y'all.
Wheel of morality. Don't stop believing.
No, that's really good. When you I do have one more question.
Oh, okay. It's
full
a
of
good
full of
one.
them.
Whoa.
Like, oh my God. Okay.
Didn't sign up for this many.
You said 5.
Done.
So we're done.
I gotta get out of here. No, I'd just be interested. What is it like when you're not just creating something just for like the in between moments, when you are really focused on a project? What do you feel usually like? How do I want to say it? What stories do you usually find yourself wanting to tell?
I think I get the most happiness if I feel like this is something that an older version of me and the younger version of me and my family would all be like, oh, I love that, and I think that's great. Because like I really like enjoy nostalgia too, like things that I liked in my past, and I don't ever want to do something like, say, make a really bad like racial joke or something like that in my sacrificing my own self in the future, looking back on it and being like, that was like not a good joke to make, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the feeling that I always try to attain, which I feel like that video that I was talking about.
Yeah.
The younger version of me would have been like, whoa, you're creating with these influencers that I used to watch and look up to.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it's not a bad, like, it's a very kind of PG-ish type of video. And my parents, like, would watch it and think it's funny, too. It's kind of tame. So that type of thing is, like, I think, it's very wholesome. But, like,
that's good.
You know, that does
kind of that does kind of demand a lot of foresight on your part, though. That's
yeah, to be able to like stop before you create something, or even like from the beginning to always know like, no, I want to be able to look back at this and be proud of it, and I want to be able to show it to my family and be proud, and I also want little Chikin Chow, little Chiclet Chow to be happy with it too if he were to ever see it. So that's
Now, do you feel coming from a family that's not purely American, like in terms of, do you feel like that helped you in having foresight about what you were saying and how it was being perceived by other cultures?
Yeah. I definitely feel I'm really lucky that my parents joined TikTok around the same time that I did, because I was talking about it, and they were watching my videos, so I was forced to become family
Wow.
friendly because I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, my parents are gonna watch this, and actually. My humor is kind of crass, like usually. Like with my friends, I'm like always saying like nasty stuff.
Oh,
But-
fun. Okay, I was worried about my masturbation joke.
No. Oh my gosh, yeah. With my friends, like just like not in the. When I feel like my parents are gonna watch, I don't want to say say
No,
stuff
yeah,
like that,
absolutely.
And it actually helped because with social media brands and the TikTok company themselves, they don't want to work with creators who are making like race jokes and sex jokes or cussing and doing all these bad things like all the time, because no one wants their brand represented by a creator like that.
Absolutely.
So you wouldn't be able to get like on a business sense, being family friendly is actually the smart move, which I didn't realize that I was doing. I was just doing it so that my parents like wouldn't get mad at me.
Look at that.
Solid reason.
Yeah.
So I do think my parents, like, them being there just like helped me have that mindset whenever I create, because like
right.
they watch my videos first. Every time I make one, they're like, oh, I
Yes.
saw your new one. I'm like,
parents are the best.
I
right?
love
Oh my gosh. His parents, when we made our first episode, his parents like posted a video on YouTube and they were like wearing pink and they were like, check out
Oh my
the Pink
gosh.
podcast. It was so cute. I was like,
Oh,
parents are
I
the
love it.
best. Yeah.
That is
My mom doesn't watch.
that's why he can make the joke.
I know. I
The
constantly
masturbation joke.
exactly. I constantly call her out.
I know.
She's sweet. She wants to actually sit and watch the YouTube videos, and she doesn't have time. And I'm like,
Oh my
just
God.
listen to it. She's like, no, I want to watch you guys.
Actually, my mom said the same thing, and I realized how entitled I've been because my mom was like, "Oh yeah, I've missed like a couple weeks," and my brain went, "A couple weeks."
Me. That's funny.
She was like, "I just wanted to sit down and enjoy it." I was like, "Oh, okay," and then I went, "Josiah, they're not your built-in audience."
They are. They owe you.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, well, if your mom listened to this, you have anything you want to say to her?
Stay safe. Don't go outside.
Same, mom and dad, same.
That's a new wheel of morality for this episode.
That's Boomer's wheel of morality. Come
Stay
on, guys.
safe.
Stay
Don't
safe.
go outside. I'll bring you your groceries, Mom.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well, dude, great to have you on.
Great to see you again.
Thanks for having me. Yes. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. I need to see you in person.
Absolutely. Like
So,
after
yeah.
this is over, let's go like mess stuff up in the streets. Let's go.
I forgot to even
Go cause
mention
trouble.
I met Alan. I met you on the set of I was working base camp on the set of Hulu's Into the Dark episode My Valentine, which is now streaming on Hulu. If you want to see Alan, you actually made me laugh out loud a few times. We watched it.
Oh
premiere
my
day.
gosh. Thanks.
Did you ever see Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Yes, yeah. When my friends watched it with me, they were like, "Oh, this is like Scott Pilgrim," which I
You
agree.
absolutely were like a character that walked out of that world, and I
Yes.
laughed. I can't remember. You said one thing, like one of your boos. You said like literally made me go like spit something out.
Oh my
So-
gosh, I don't remember. It's probably like just like fuck
It's
you
cool.
or
Dude,
something easy.
It's something.
No,
We'll
that-
watch it again. Well,
Dude, we shot.
yeah, I was like, I don't know why I haven't seen that yet. But
It was
it's
pretty
gonna be a
funny.
thing. I'm excited.
So quickly we'll go through our social media and let people know where to find us. Just make you want to do this? You want
Yeah, make sure you're like, commenting, and subscribing. Go ahead and give us a rate and review on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Spotify. We are available everywhere that you listen to your podcasts. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications on new uploads, and make sure you are liking and sharing and commenting and telling your friends about it and everything.
Yeah, we
Did I
are-
hit it all.
Yeah, we're at Pink Popcast.
There it
That's
is.
pop with a P. Also, if you have any thoughts on this week's episodes, make sure you let us know in the comments via mail, carrier pigeon, however.
TikTok, whatever.
Just to let you know, we also do have a Patreon, the Pink Patreon, so you can listen to us there. Alan, where can we find you online?
Chicken
Yes.
Chow!
I'm at Alan Chikin Chow on all platforms. AlanChikinchow.
Ooh, gotta like
Yes.
that symmetry across
Nice and
all
easy.
platforms.
Yes, I know.
Mhm.
Everywhere.
And
I'm mad because my Twitter had to be BenjWatch92, and I'm like, one day I'm gonna find that guy and I'm gonna hurt him because I looked it up and it's like somebody with one post, and I was like, I don't use Twitter enough to
Oh.
like fight that, but it's upsetting.
Yeah.
that's amazing. Is there anything else upcoming that we should be paying attention to on your end?
Just follow me on TikTok. Be posting out there. So watch
Nice.
my viddies, especially if
Yes.
you love K-pop.
Yes. I was like, dang, there's a lot of K-pop stuff in here. I'm about it. I love it.
We about it. We about it.
You about it.
Um,
In the streets.
So normally when we sign off, we do a little thing where I say my name, Benji says his name, guest will say their name, and then I'll go on Wednesdays. And
we
then
wear pink.
we
We'll
all-
take a beat and then we wear pink. So yeah.
So-
Cool.
If
Do
you
you-
want to join in.
Do you need a dress rehearsal, or do you think we
No,
can just...
I'm good. Let's do it.
We'll do it live. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to the Pink Popcast. I'm Josiah Rizzo.
I'm Benji Jones.
I'm Alan Chikin Chow.
And on Wednesdays, we wear pink.
pink.
Yes.
Nice. All right.